Football is back, ladies and gentlemen, which now means it's time to get your team's football shirt. But I'm not trying to pay £120 for a football shirt. I'm just saying. But I have found the solution for myself and for you, the lovely audience of the Don Husam channel, with your own coupon promo code. And this is the solution, ladies and gentlemen. All you've got to do is just go to okjersey.com. As you guys can see, all the options are there. Of course, I'm a Liverpool fan, you guys already know. And then this is the shirt. Look how amazing it looks. I'm just gonna go pick my size, and then after that I'm gonna choose the Premier League patch. And listen, I'm too old to be putting any player names on the back, so I'm just gonna get it as it is. I'm gonna click add to cart, view cart, and this is the same thing that you guys do on any website. You proceed to checkout, you fill in all your information, and then after that, coupon code Husam. When you click this coupon code, you get a 8% discount. Enjoy shopping, guys. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Why are you smoking already?
Because I've had a very stressful 10 minutes. My Wi-Fi is pants.
You should have seen what happened to me yesterday. I had no electricity, no internet.
Oh, don't worry, I'm coming to you. We're
And the Coppish boys and Tom actually ran the whole stream, bro. They legit did the whole stream. I was just, as soon as they were about to end, I came in and I'm like, guys, my internet is back. So I stayed for 15 minutes.
I've been having a fight with Virgin Media.
The thing is,
Virgin Media put up more fight than your team did on Sunday.
Anyway, guys, make sure you guys are liking the video. Make sure you guys are subscribing to the channel if you're ready to do so. Big up to every single one of you guys. Make sure you guys are liking. Make sure you guys are subscribing, all of you. And, you know, keep getting involved in the chat. There's only one place to start. Of course, there is no other place to start, Habibis. Liverpool, Manchester United. Martin, since you're yapping, might as well you start. Go ahead.
Oh, what? Oh, we start with me. Okay. Oh, I'm yapping, am I?
Go on,
I'm yapping.
Get him.
All right.
Get him.
No, in all seriousness, how'd you get beat by that shower of shit? No, in all seriousness, United at Anfield. If it was Old Trafford, do you know what? You've got a slight excuse. But this is Anfield. And to make it worse, you allowed Slabhead to score. Slabhead, of all people. Harry Maguire. What is your defence doing? I mean, I thought your defence would have problems, but my word, Husam, problems. It looks like you've got your defence out of a Kinder egg. What's going on? Seriously, Arnie Slot has lost the plot. He's lost the plot. That's all I've got to say. Just Harry Maguire. Harry Maguire.
Yeah.
It's just...
The fridge.
It's not on.
The fridge. I'll be quick because I know Miguel's going to be about 10 minutes. So let's let Miguel be last on this one. I'll be very quick with this. I don't even want to
make it brief, Jem, just like Liverpool's comeback on Sunday.
Of course. I mean, I'm not even going to talk about Liverpool. I want to talk about Don Husam. I want to talk about Liverpool. I want to talk about Don Husam because I'm seeing my guy right here, after that Maguire header, headbutting his poor red mic.
Come see!
What? Is this what Liverpool's doing to you, my brother? He's making you headbutt your poor red mic. It's making you head and is this what it's getting to now with Liverpool Football Club? Is it that deep? You know? He's abusing his own equipment in his own home.
I just lost for Man United and you're asking if it's that deep. You damn right it's deep.
I felt sorry for your desk.
In all fairness, jokes
Thank God I bought a good wood for this desk. Right
I think what let you down in that game, mate, was again, and we were talking about it briefly, was just individual performances. I thought McAllister was awful again. I don't know what's going on with him at the moment. What's going on with the boys at the back? I really don't know. Even Van Dijk again, he just, I don't know. That first 10, 15 minutes watching him, I was like, is this Van Dijk or is this Van fuck knows. I don't know. It was, he just weren't at it. And then, like, you have to talk about the guys up top. And I don't like talking about players that have only, that have been signed for X amounts of money, because I know what it's like. We've done it in so many seasons before where we've signed players and the rivals have ate us alive for shit performances. But for anyone, and I'm not talking about Husam, but for anyone on Twitter or anyone that's been saying that Isak is at the same level as Haaland, you're a fucking idiot, because that's just not true whatsoever. I think they're completely different players.
They're not serious, Jam. Not serious people.
And,
don't understand
but it should never have been compared in the first place. No. It's just stupid as fuck. But this doesn't mean Isak's a bad player. However, he had an absolute stinker, and Ekatike, who actually, when he did come on, gave you something a bit more or a lot more than the guy up front that you've spent X amount on. I'm not going to talk about Florian Wirtz, 010.
Which one? They're both, right?
Yeah. 0010 to his name already, struggling to actually get anywhere, in this Liverpool team. It wasn't just them, even though they cost the money, it wasn't just them. It was just everything about Liverpool. Just be serious. Even Mo Salah. I see this guy control the ball in the box, and have the goalkeeper coming at him, and he smashes it. I don't think it hit the side of the net. He smashes it past the net. And I'm like, this ain't Mo Salah. Like, this is not the Mo Salah we're used to seeing that steps up in the moments and gets Liverpool back into games that we've seen over the years. What is going on? What is generally going on at Liverpool Football Club at the moment? Because it's really fucked up. No more to say. I'm leaving it to a gal to take it on. Please do.
Can the real Arnie Slot please stand up? Please stand up. Please stand up. We haven't seen you for weeks. Please stand up. This is what I'm asking for. You absolute fraud, Arnie Slot. You mentioned set pieces. You mentioned my club. And you spoke about set pieces for Arsenal and how we've scored so many set pieces and you've conceded so many set pieces and the percentage of those set pieces being conceded and scored. And guess what? It only just went up. We won from a set piece. You guys lost from a set piece. It's poetic justice. And I think the accountability, which is being spoken about a lot when it comes to Arsenal and Arteta, taking accountability for your losses, taking accountability for how you can get better and how you can learn from things and how you can learn from your mistakes. To me, it seems like your manager is taking a rule book out of Ten Hag's book and talking about other issues, talking about other people, talking about deflections, talking about goals being conceded in this manner, goals being conceded in that manner, and not really speaking about the underlying issues of your build-up play, not speaking about how your defense is getting conceding in under 2 minutes. That is a rare occasion to see a team concede under 2 minutes. Also, talking about other things, we don't really need to talk about it should the game been played on or should the game not been played on. Play until the whistle's blown. Play until the whistle's blown. It's on your players. It's on you. You guys constantly ask other people to hold themselves accountable for their mistakes, their injuries, their problems. Last season, nobody wanted to hear about Man City's injuries. Nobody wanted to hear about Arsenal's injuries. Nobody wanted to hear about refereeing decisions here, refereeing decisions there. But all of a sudden, now you lose a derby you lose a game in this fashion to Manchester United, which you deserve to lose. In no way or shape or form can you sit there and say, well, this went for them, this didn't go for us, and this is the result came from this mistake here. No, they deserve to win that game. I don't think you deserve to win that game at all, the way you guys performed for a majority of that game. And there's a bunch of people missing. But the first person who's missing is, of course, the manager, and we're going to call that out first. So now that I'm done with the manager, let's move on to some of the players. You have, what do you call it, one of the best of all time, I'm hearing. The best of all time, I'm hearing. Virgil van Dijk. And what is he doing out there? He's not looking like himself. Is it that he's past it? I can't say that because he was just outstanding last season. Is it last season? Last season was a contract year and he was playing for a contract. What was it? I don't know. But his performances as of late have been extremely shaky. He looks to the left. He sees Kirkez, who he looked like he literally wants to punch in the face sometimes because of the stupidness that's going on with Kirkez. He almost headed the ball into the back of the net for Manchester United at one point. And I swear to you, he looked like he was gonna make Kirkus flinch the way that he looked at him. Also, let's go to a certain Mo Salah. I like Mo Salah. I don't want to do this to him, but he looks past it. I'm not saying he's finished, but right now, without the runners around him, without the players around him who play off him and feed off him, and he has a bunch of players who are give me the ball first around him, you could see that when he's not the main outlet, when he's not the main metronome, when he's not the player you play through, how the other players around him just don't work well. And I'm not saying Mo Salah's the problem. I'm saying the way the team is set up right now is not getting the best out of him. And when he gets the ball in good areas, he's not being efficient either. And I'm not sitting here saying he's finished. I'm not sitting here saying he took 300 or whatever K a week and he's running. But right now, it's looking very damning for a guy who last season had one of the best ever seasons, and he can't even replicate close to that right now. I'm not saying replicate exactly what you did last season, but early in the season in the Premier League, he's looking poor. Now let's get to your new signings. Arnie Slot, once again, please stand up because this is on you.
We're not done.
This is on you. This is on you, Arnie. Florian Wirtz, you can't get him to acclimatize yet. Kirkes, you can't get him to acclimatize yet. Isaac, you took him from Newcastle. They brought in a new guy. He's already looking better than Isaac. Is Isaac and all these guys, their strengths are to Liverpool's detriment. It's almost like what they signed these players for, they forgot they need to all coexist. And how are they going to coexist when Florian Wirtz wants the ball to his feet? Isaac wants the ball played to him in behind. Kirkes doesn't want to defend. He wants to be in the final third, whipping in crosses. Frimpong doesn't want to defend. He wants to be in the final third, playing 1-2s with Salah, trying to get the ball so he can cut back, or he can be in the final third himself and shoot. And then finally, the creativity, the midfield, the build-up. What happened to it? You told me last week McAllister is world class. One season, he's world class. But Saliba, who did it for 3 years, is not. Where's world class McAllister when you need him? Where is he? Can't find him. Can't see him. He's been non-existent the whole season. Non-existent. And for you to call somebody world class, a world class midfielder, what is his strengths? What is his weaknesses? How is he helping the team? I don't see those things on a week-to-week basis. I look at McAllister and I say to myself, was it that he was a great sum of the parts, or is he this great individual player? Because at Argentina, he's some of the parts. He's not this great individual player. At Liverpool, he seems to be the sum of the parts, not this great individual player. And to me, it seems like you guys are bigging up the wrong player at times, because Ryan Gravenberch should be the guy who's stepping up also, and should be the guy we should be looking at. But hey, I'm done. I'm just gonna say Cody Gakpo, who probably was one of your best players in the game, hit the bar a couple times.
Twice.
A little bit unlucky. But overall, Manchester United deserve the win. And if we're going to give Manchester United any credit, Ruben Amorim has now, in the last 2 games, gotten a result versus Arne Slot. And the first time in 10 years, Liverpool lose that derby at their own ground.
Yeah.
If that is not one of the first nails in the coffin for Arne Slot, I don't know what is. By the end of the season,
can I ask you a question, though, Igal? Can you answer this question?
You might want him out.
Can you answer this question, please?
Yeah.
And this is a question to all 3 of you before I speak.
How is it Slot's fault that he started?
How do you all say it's Slot's fault and then start picking apart the players one by one? Choose one reason.
No, because the reason why I start with Slot is because Arne Slot is the manager who picks the team, who also picks which players should be playing with who to try to get the best cohesion out of this squad.
No, that's not his point. You're saying it's Slot's fault, which I agree with, and the chat, all the Liverpool fans would agree with you. But then you pick out every single individual. How does it make sense?
No, when I picked out the individuals, I also stated that Arne Slot, this is on you to start with. Mo Salah missing chances and Van Dijk, that's not on Slot. But when it comes to the new signings, those are all on Slot. McAllister's also on Slot because he's picking a midfield. He's picking the midfield 3 and they're not looking solid. The only people who I'm not putting credit towards Slot is Mo Salah and Van Dijk. Everything else is on the manager. And as much as you guys don't want to hear it, Arne Slot is the reason why you guys have lost those last 3 games.
No. First of all, when you say you don't want to hear it, we have been saying it to begin with. Also, guys, by the way, we have 400 people in the building. We're not even at 100 likes yet. Have some shame. You get me? Like 400 people in here. Everyone just close the live chat, hit the like button. You guys are all the regulars. You guys enjoy the Red Pill, Blue Pill podcast. So do I. So please just close the live chat, hit the like button. Continue to enjoy the show because you help us grow with you guys hitting the likes. Because as you guys know, the algorithms recently have changed on YouTube. So we need you guys' help. And please just let's get to 100 likes ASAP.
Yeah, we've got
Now,
a podcast now.
in terms of the game, look, what I said is what I said after the game, I stick by. I think Arne Slot is 80% to blame and the players are 20% to blame. We can sit here, we can go like, Isak should have scored, Salah should have scored, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, they all should have scored. But guess what? Bruno Fernandes should have scored. De Ligt should have scored. Mason Mount should have scored. Mbuemo should have scored. Cunha should have scored. Why do I remember 5-6 big chances that legitimately were all by Manchester United that we all agree are complete ass? Manchester United haven't won 2 games in a row under Ruben Amorim, and we are the club that gave them 2 games in a row where they've won both of them. We're the club that did it, and as Martin pointed out, it was at Anfield as well. And at the end of the day, look, people in the Liverpool fan base, everyone, and rivals, people is just pointing out what they want to point out. Chelsea fans are coming to me with Wirtz criticism because I said he's better than Palmer in the summer. You know, City fans are Wirtz criticism because he rejected Man City. Arsenal fans are criticizing Virgil van Dijk because of the whole Silva Gabriel thing. Chelsea fans are criticizing Salah because of the Hazard debate. It's easy pickings now. You can criticize the whole team. Like the only one that I think from the starters, the only one that deserved a bit of praise is probably Ibrahima Konate. The rest of the team all can get it. The whole team can get it, whether it's Virgil, the full backs, whether it's the midfield, the forwards. They were all shit. But this is a rule of thumb for every football club ever in history, from the beginning of football up until today. When 9-10 outfield players all look like shit, you've got to look at the man in charge. Is he putting them in a position to succeed? Is Arne Slot putting these players in a position to succeed? Is Arne Slot putting these players in a position to win games of football? And the answer to that question is no. Now, Igal pointed out, stuff I've said before during previews and stuff. On Thursday, I don't know if you guys saw this, but on Thursday, I legitimately predicted the lineup, the substitutions, and the timing of the substitution. Now, Ruben Amorim is a shit manager, but he's definitely a better manager than I am and than anyone on the panel is. Like, he's a better manager than all 4 of us. Yes, he's a shit manager compared to other managers, but compared to us, he's levels above us when it comes to management. If Husam from Jordan can predict it, then definitely Amorim can predict it as a football manager who has access to all the information and all the details. For me, the most damning thing is the following. Arne Slot had front row seats to the disaster class we had away at Stamford Bridge, and he legitimately thought that we were unlucky to the point where he just ran the same team back. Do you understand how mad it is to watch Chelsea 2, Liverpool 1, and think that it was genuinely just bad luck to the level where you just run the team back? Imagine, like, just deep how insane it is. You watch Chelsea abuse us at Stamford Bridge, and you legitimately think that it's just bad luck that you just run the same team back. Arne Slot is putting all the wrong combinations out there. If you wanted to start with the midfield 3 from last year, the correct striker to start with them is Hugo Ekitike. That way, Hugo Ekitike drops deep. He acts like the 4th midfielder. He gives you control over that midfield. If you want to start with Arne Slot, if you want to start with Alexander Isak, you've got to start Florian Wirtz with him. Oh, you need £100 million signing to unlock the other £100 million signing. Yeah, guess what? Alexander Isak is the type of striker that needs a number 10 playing behind him, that needs someone like that. Because at Newcastle, a lot of the goals that he scored were on the counter-attack. Because guess what? Newcastle were the low block team. Newcastle were the team that sat that back in a low block, and Isak would be scoring goals on the counter-attack through a long ball, through combining with Anthony Gordon, etc. We don't do that at Liverpool. We're the ones facing low block. So now I've got to help him. 2 lineups I've pointed out, and these are the 2 games, and I think everyone on the panel will agree. These are the 2 games where none of them criticized us, none of them said we were lucky. Atletico Madrid, Everton. Everton, completely dominant performance, deserve to win. Last season's midfield plus Ekitike. Atletico Madrid, 7 big chances created for us, 1 big chance created for Atletico. Dominant performance. We played Wirtz with Isak. And I think my issue is he's just putting all the wrong combinations out there. And there are fans now, and there are rival fans now who say, like, surely you have to drop Salah. Okay, drop him. We dropped him against Galatasaray.
That doesn't work.
No.
Sam, that doesn't work. This is the problem. Yeah. We can do banter and we can do a laugh. And you know, my issue, and I've said this for weeks, is slots.
Thank you.
Listen, I'm not going to sit here and pretend, you know, we can all do the cut Mo Salah, cookies, etc. There's an old saying, form's temporary, class is permanent. Mo Salah's just not become a bad player overnight. But Florian Wirtz is going to be a good player once he adapts. Isak, we know, scores goals. The issue is, and I've said it, Arne Slot, and I didn't know, you know, I thought he was just confused of, you know, when, like I said, I made the analogy, when you're in Harrods and you've got loads of money and you start buying shit you don't actually need. You know, when you go shopping and you start going, oh, I get that, because you've got the extra money and you just start putting things in the basket you don't really went for. They're not the essentials, but I've got the extra money, so I'll treat myself. So Slot's treated himself, got home and gone, what do I do? And it's quite a simple thing, because for me, last season and probably for 2-3 years, Mo Salah's been your guy. The team has ran through, and I always think, I know people, again, this is why I kick back on this. Oh, everyone plays as a team. There's not every top team has a standout guy. Has what I call a linchpin to your team. But because now Isak and Wirtz, Salah just looks, basically go back to what was working. Put Wirtz into the natural position. Give Isak the role. Take the pressure off them. Let Salah be the guy who runs it. Let him enjoy his football. He looks, you know what the big thing is? None of them look like they're enjoying the football right now. You've got Arne Slot sat there, you equalise and he's going, think about it. Why is he not thinking about it? I didn't understand any of the subs at all. You bought 2 fullbacks, which we talked about in the, you know, at the very start of the season. And you're now doing what I thought we were going to do, have 2 bombing fullbacks and leave 2 at the back, and you're doing that. But the trouble is, Kanate's got his head in Madrid. Van Dijk has just, I don't know what it is, whether because he hasn't got that solid, you know, people around him. It looks panic stations at the back. Because you've got 2 fullbacks who don't want to defend anymore. So, and there's my other thing. I think Salah's problem is.
Speaking of fullbacks, by the way,
wants to go where Salah wants to go.
Let me just tell you one thing about fullbacks. You watch Kerkez for Hungary, and he's putting in performances like prime Roberto Carlos. Yeah. Some of the crosses are elite. You watch Conor Bradley for Northern Ireland. He's their captain. He led them to beating Slovakia at home, keeping their World Cup hopes alive. You watch Frimpong, he's cooking. Everyone's cooking, right? Even Robertson. You come to Liverpool, and all of a sudden it doesn't work. You want to know why? Arne Slot is asking Kerkez and Bradley to invert. What the fuck are you doing? Like, actually, genuinely, what are you doing? If you wanted to buy a fullback to invert, why did you buy Kerkez to begin with? If you wanted to buy a fullback to invert, buy Ait Nouri. That's the one that makes sense to invert. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's trying. No, it's even worse. He's trying to be Pep with total football at the same time. Gravenberch has the license to roam forward. Great. Fantastic license. Now my whole midfield is empty. Yeah. So what's the point of the license to roam forward with the entirety of the midfield just completely being empty with no one there? I sent a screenshot in the A-listers group chat. I'm gonna send it to you guys. And this is my issue with this whole conversation. Like, because yesterday Daya was like, yes, you guys don't set up your team to win, but you have good enough players with quality to compete and blah blah blah. This is a screenshot I saw on Twitter. Guys, this happened in game minimum 100 million times. Look at this shit right here. Look at this. This, by the way, this is with the scoreline still 1-0. This is the 30th minute. Kerkez has the ball here. Where are your passing options, Kerkez? Or they don't exist. Why?
You know your midfield looks like the City
Gravenberch had
midfield.
license to run forward.
It looks like the City midfielder last season. We just had a big
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. So we have to fix it. That's why it's on the manager. Imagine last season coming in and going like, "Oh, this is all Haaland's fault."
I'm
Husam,
not
show that again.
It's not an
Husam,
easy
show that
thing.
again.
Bro, I sent it to you guys in the group chat. You can
No.
look at it.
Show the image again to everyone because
Here you
Yeah.
go.
Sabozlai is pointing. Move it over. Sabozlai is pointing for him to
Yeah.
pass it to McAllister.
Look
Yeah.
at that.
Yeah,
Bro,
it's
this
huge.
is why when I speak about our structure, you know, I've been on YouTube 4 years. I've never really did any tactical show. In the international break, I did 3-4 different tactical shows. I genuinely wish, you know, I swear I'm not even exaggerating.
Sam,
Guys.
can I ask you
But
something,
if
mate?
Slot
Yeah.
actually did what I said,
Yeah.
I promise you would have won the game.
Can I
Genuinely.
ask you,
I want to come back to that image in a minute, and I'll show you where there's a problem.
Go ahead,
just,
Jam.
just quickly. The Liverpool that I'm going to say the Liverpool, the Arnie Slot that you saw last year that went on to win the league to what you're seeing this year. And you spoke about the combinations, and I understand the combinations further forward in the attack. What's the difference? What is it that he's doing differently other than what we've just seen there? Why all of a sudden do you think he's made that choice to go down this route, if there is any explanation?
It's the Martin analogy, the Harrods thing. It's absolutely correct.
Yeah.
It's like
Look,
I've used this analogy before. I've used the Master Chef analogy. When in mystery box challenges, some people with packs of sardines will make better dishes than some people with Red Lobster.
But they go for the prime rib because they're not used
Yes,
to getting
exactly.
prime rib.
And the one with the canned sardines will make a better dish. The problem is last season. Look, this is what Slot did last season. He made in-game changes. He played Diaz false 9. He employed a system that allowed our best player to shine. He had the 3 in midfield without Gravenberch having a license to run forward. Gravenberch last season, essentially, if you guys remember, when we attacked, almost dropped as a third centre back between Van Dijk and Konate, giving us that defensive solidity. Trent and Robertson weren't inverting into midfield. They were actually overlapping, therefore creating chances from the wings. The problem is right now, we've got Kerkez and Bradley, who are actually 2 good wingers at overlapping, been asked to underlap. I've got my DM with license to roam forward, even though I don't need that license because I've signed Florian Wirtz. So why are we getting him that license? He's playing players through absolutely horrendous form, and he's setting up the team in a position to fail. At the end of the day, look, Mo Salah's not all of a sudden a shit player. Guess what? Even this season, forget last year, forget all his accomplishments, all of this. This season, our 2 best games. Everton, he played the pass to Gravenberch, and against Atletico Madrid, he got like 2 GA within 6 minutes to put us 2-0 up, and he was genuinely in that first half our best player on the whole pitch. Alongside Wirtz and Isak, they cooked. But when I'm putting the whole team in a position to just not succeed, how can I point out individuals? I give another example using Isak, right? Isak had 1 big chance against Chelsea and 1 big chance against Man United. Against Chelsea, he had the header, and against Man United, he had the Konate pass. Quick step back. The fact that it's Konate that plays that pass shows how pathetic the system is for your center back to create your most dangerous chance of the whole half. Number 1. Number 2, why do I sign a striker for 125 million and I create him 1 big chance per game? Erling Haaland is the best striker in the world, and no one has done more Haaland prop than me from rivals on the entirety of YouTube. Erling Haaland against Everton had 5 chances, scored 2 of them, which for a striker, by the way, people don't know this, is actually an elite return. Scoring 2 out of 5 is actually an elite return. But guess what? They still created him those chances, and it's okay that he misses 1 or 2 chances because you're going to create him again and create him again and create him again, and he's going to score goals. So I create Isak 1 chance against Chelsea, 1 chance against Man United, and then people go like, you paid 120 million, he should score. Okay, yeah, well, he should score. Now what? We create him 1 chance, and the rest of the game, he does nothing. He actually did one thing different, which is he had Ekitike and Isak out there on the pitch with each other. I'm like, okay, let's go. Finally, we're trying this. And then he substitutes Isak off within 3 minutes. So what's the point?
You know what you should have done, Sam? For me, and I get it, and I know this is hindsight, and the reason I can say this, I said it at the time, if you remember. I did say this. You should have done the Matt Gay deal before Isak. I get you've done the Isak prop all summer and you've gone after him, but Matt Gay was the one Because basically, Matt Gay was done. You just ran out of time because Palace couldn't get their replacement in.
Yeah.
Get the Matt Gay. It's like I said, buy the loaf of bread before you buy the filling. Buy the damn bread.
Fine with Ekatike, to be quite honest.
Matt Gay was the one they should have got.
Yeah.
And guess what? If we want to employ the slot system, Martin, there is $1 million question. Forget any other signing. Why did we sign Florian Wirtz?
Luxury.
You want to know what would have been better to play? You want to know what would have been better to play the slot style? Call Crystal Palace in May. Give them 100 million for Wharton and Gahey.
No, not even that. Muniz. Something.
No, I don't think Wirtz is a bad signing. I won't because
No. I'm not saying that. I'm saying Slot ain't using him right. I'm
not one of these City fans who sits there. Listen, I would have liked Wirtz. You know, the trouble is with Wirtz, you paid the money that people think he's going to be worth when he's at his peak. You know, when he's at 25, 26, 27. What you've done is bought him. You've had to pay the price on what his expectation is going to be. If you had bought him at 50 million quid, I think there's a different narrative that comes out with Florian Wirtz at that point. I do think that's where City was smart. City don't spend the money on the talent at the other end. It's why we very rarely go to a certain level of price.
Yeah.
Because we're not going to pay the price that they're worth in 5 years. We'll pay what they're worth now because City want to make that price back if they go in 5 years. For example, like Haaland, I get it was a release clause, but 55 million quid, we'll sell him on at 200 with a release clause or whatever. Yeah. If Haaland was 150 million quid, City wouldn't have touched it.
I agree with you, by the way. The Slot and Wirtz scenario really reminds me of the Enzo Fernandez and Poch scenario, where he was just getting absolutely destroyed for being played in a role that just was not working. And obviously his price tag was there, and for a season, he got slumped. And it was partly to do with the fact of how Poch was utilising our team massively. And I'm seeing it with the same with Liverpool and with Wirtz specifically. If Slot doesn't, I don't know if it's naivety yet because it's very early doors, but I called Poch naive because he got to January, February, and he was still doing the same things. And we were still struggling, he just wouldn't change it. And then we only got better to the end of that season, if you remember, where he started picking up a bit of form, players came back in and we looked better, but he changed things. And it just reminds me of the same thing with what Slot's doing with Wirtz specifically. He needs to do something different, or he needs to just do what Sam says. Just play your combinations properly. Play with
it's not about missing players, bro. It's not. I promise you it's not. We don't miss Luis Diaz. We don't miss Darwin Núñez. We don't miss anyone. We miss our manager having a correct
system. You definitely miss Trent Alexander-Arnold's build-up play.
Bro. Okay, if Trent was here and we were playing the way that we played right now, we would still be losing games.
No. Trent would single-handedly fix your build-up play problems because
I disagree with that completely.
It would take pressure off your defense. It would take pressure off your midfield to create, and he would also give a direct outlet to Mo Salah. Trent Alexander-Arnold, being who I have genuinely said from as long as you've known me, is a generational player.
No, I agree with you. I'm big Trent fan.
Husam, do you remember when I brought the chart? I love my graphics. I brought my chart out to you guys the other day. A couple of months ago, I brought the chart and I showed your build-up play and I said, how are you going to replace this? And everyone just said to me, what are you talking about, Igal? We can just find somebody else. And your build-up play in the chart strictly showed Van Dijk, Trent, Gravenberch, Mo Salah. That was it. Everyone else?
I can't. No, I can't buy it. And I'm sorry. And not with you, Igal, because I don't know. Listen, let's go back 18 months.
Mm-hmm.
Trent was getting the blame for being a bum footballer, can't pass, can't do, etc., etc. And if you're going to be honest, the nearest thing that you can think of probably Trent was Frimpong at the time. Yeah, what he was doing at Leverkusen.
Okay, great. Okay, wait, you guys, both of you have just made incredibly valid points. So with Wirtz quickly, who's supposed to replace Trent's playmaking?
You haven't got that in the team.
No. Who's the new playmaker of the team?
Oh, Wirtz.
It's supposed to be Florian Wirtz.
Yeah. Great. Why isn't he starting?
Because your manager doesn't trust him in this game.
Yeah. By the way, I just want to make something clear. Arne Slot has absolutely destroyed Verts' confidence in himself.
You don't drop. You don't.
He has absolutely abused Florian Verts' confidence. He basically told Florian Wirtz on Sunday, "You're not good enough to take on Bruno and Casemiro in a double pivot."
Yeah.
Who else in this?
Deep how mad that is. Now, in terms of Trent, yeah, of course we miss Trent. That's the one player I have already said we miss 100% in terms of like his build-up play.
Yeah.
But from a playmaking perspective, we bought Wirtz to give us that playmaking, and we don't even play him
further forward. But
this is where what go back to the summer. I was saying you bought a player who doesn't necessarily fit the system that you guys won trophies with over the last 5 years. You guys never really played with a 10 since Coutinho. And now that you're playing this way, where you have workers in the midfield who do a lot of work defensively, attacking wise, and they have the discipline to not necessarily go too far forward to mess up everything. But the moment you bring in Florian Wirtz, number one, you have another player in that midfield who's not necessarily going to be doing all the hard work. And number two, you have another person who's going to want the ball in their own feet, who's going to want the ball in their own hands, and not necessarily going to be in your best player's hands anymore, Mo Salah.
Yeah, and that's true, and I agree with that. But my question is, outside of Florian Wirtz, when you look at this Liverpool team, and probably Mo Salah, is who are your creative sparks in your team? Who would you look at and go, yeah, from the deep line, they're going to be able to create a moment that can help us.
It's meant to be because I'm
from the left. Yeah, like
he's meant to be them. That's what they were for their teams.
But Slot is asking them to invert. Number one, and number two, he ain't even starting Frimpong. The thing that's pissed me off the most of this Frimpong thing is every time he's played right back, he's actually done really well. He hasn't been cooked defensively once. He hasn't done anything wrong going forward. And he's dropped for what? There is legitimately no reason to drop him. And but he starts scoring right. I don't know why. I have no idea why he drops him.
Do you know what Slot's done? It's like he bought Chiesa last season with 10 million or whatever it was. Basically never used him. Then pissed him off at the start of this season. And he's the one actually causing the problems for the opposition when he comes on the pitch, by the way. But then dumps him again. And the other side is he's blaming his new players, it seems, for this situation. Because you just said he keeps dropping his new players. Now, they're already low on confidence. So why not, and I know this is all hindsight, stick to what you had at the start of last season, at the start of this, and ease Wirtz in, ease these players into the league.
I don't think he can.
And then let them get the confidence in. Yeah, I think they can because it wasn't broken last season.
But they have to play.
It kind of was to end the season. If you guys watched Liverpool consistently to end the season, they did have struggle to create. They did struggle with Trent out the team later in the season to find solutions at times.
But they have made a lot of signings.
The second half of the season was not as consistent.
No, what I'm saying is they've made a lot of signings. Kirkis, Frimpong, Ekatike, obviously.
No, that's where I disagree, Jim, because City have made more signings than Liverpool have. But what
Arsenal have also.
We basically brought them in slowly. You know, I have this, why is Kushinov not playing every single game? He's been here 5 minutes. Why he's not playing? You've got to earn that before you come in. You don't just come in unless you are ready-made. It's like Cherky. Cherky's getting 20 minutes, easing his way in. The difference is one's 25 mil and one's under and odd. Maybe he's got that pressure. I don't know. This is what I was asking a few weeks ago about, is it Slot or is it the board? Now, Jamie Phillips said it was Slot signings to me. So
no, I disagree with that. I disagree with Jamie. I don't think it was Slot signings. I think when Slot first came in, one of the things that made us as Liverpool fans actually quite happy is the fact that it was public information. Arne Slot is the coach, not the manager. That's the reality of the situation. Like we said that from the beginning, and I'm gonna stick by that. I think these are all recruitments of the people upstairs. And by the way, I don't think there's any. I think he's definitely part of the conversation, but this is not like a Klopp scenario. This is not where he's the one making these transfer decisions or anything like that. I think he's the first team. Exactly what Aaron just said. He's the first team coach. He's not the manager. You get me?
That's what I don't know.
But in terms of the signings, it's not necessarily the personnel that's not working. It's how do you put all these people together? And he's just not putting them out there together. Watch this. This is currently Tuesday, yeah? And I'll remind you of this next week. Frankfurt, he's going to start Wirtz and Ekitike with each other. And then you guys will watch Liverpool-Frankfurt if your teams aren't playing. And then you're going to go like, oh, why do Wirtz and Ekitike look like shit? You know what this team needs? Isak. You know what this team needs? Blah, blah, blah. He'll drop Mo and we'll still look like ass. So
you
now
think
what?
Mo's going to get dropped tomorrow? 100%.
Bro,
Do you think he's scared? Do you think he's scared of not
drop
playing?
Anyone? No, it's not. The thing is,
no,
me,
can I? There's one thing we didn't mention. I think we take it back to what me and you both said, Husam, earlier. He lacks accountability for why his team's losing, and he needs to analyze the defeats better. Sit down, look at where things gone wrong instead of just finding
slot. You mean?
Yeah, slot.
Yeah, I agree.
And then within that, he will notice that there are certain players not being utilized to their strengths. Mo Salah is not being utilized to his strength. Kirk is not being utilized to his strength. McAllister is not being utilized to his strength right now. And all these guys last season were working because you had carriers. You had players who would carry and do more in Darwin Núñez. Bad example, but Luis Diaz is probably a better example. Obviously, everyone knows Trent. We're not going to go over that. But Robertson, as much as you didn't like him last season, he was a steady Eddie. And right now, I'm looking at your overall performances from your team. I'm not even seeing consistency from anybody.
Yeah, it needs to go back to the.
And you want to know something? I'm so glad Aaron said this earlier on. Watch this. And then when he plays Ekitike and Wirtz with each other, he'll bring on Isak and then sub off Wirtz.
That's what I mean, and it's not creating any relationship.
It's legitimately such basic errors, you guys. It's the most basic errors. Like, you want to know something? Slot is doing the most basic mistakes over and over and over again.
Yeah, it's not
First, my DM has license to roam forward, even though I bought a 10, so it makes no sense. Did Casemiro have license to roam forward for Ancelotti? No, he didn't. Like, Casemiro was the fucking DM. Did Fabinho have license to roam forward? Fernandinho?
Yeah, no, you are spot on.
Did they have the license to roam forward? No. Now, this Wednesday...
This is why this, you know, this...
Wait, take it back to that point. You're telling me, how long was that in between? Because you're confusing the players. You went to a front two for like 5 minutes and then just went back to the same system.
Bro, he subbed Isak off immediately. Like, after 3-4 minutes, he took him off. I'm like, okay, guys, yes. Wirtz, Isak, and Ekitike on the pitch at the same time. 3 minutes later, Isak off, Chiesa on. Bro, what the fuck?
Okay, like, look at this.
And you want to know, Martin always talks about football tactics and stuff. He brought all our forwards on, and the only midfielder on the pitch was Curtis Jones. Okay, great, Army. All the forwards are on the pitch. So who the fuck is going to give them the ball? Like, you do realize, in order for the forwards to do something, you have to give them the fucking ball. So who's going to give them the ball?
So what you're doing, you're forcing to long ball at that point.
Exactly. You want to know what our formation was to end the game? Go check it. 3-1-6.
Yeah.
So, Husam, I'm looking at the minutes and the substitution.
That's what you call panic station.
He brought on Curtis Jones for Gravenberch, Florian Wirtz for McAllister, and he got Ekitike for Connor Bradley in the 62nd minute. And then in the 72nd minute, he said, you know what, Chiesa go on for Isak.
Exactly.
And it's like, you basically shifted everything, then shifted it again. You scored a goal.
Yeah.
You concede a goal. And then you say, you know what, Mo Salah come off, Frimpong go right wing. What the hell?
And Chiesa, who was already treating him like he's his bitch, and in and out, and playing Okikoki with him.
Yeah, there's no.
I don't know what he's doing.
No balance, is there? That's the problem.
Where's Rio? Rio's a left winger. Why don't you bring in Rio?
Do you want to know? At this moment in time, we keep talking about every substitution till the cows come home. There's another thing as well I want to address quickly. Just quickly, big up to Fonzie for the super chat. Big up to you, Fonzie, my guy. Thank you so much. He says, we have Mo Salah. Yes, not in great form, but every player is going through the left. Why do you have such an amazing player and you want the Gakpo on it 24/7? You want to know why this happens? Because Kerkez is a natural fullback. Bradley is inverting all the time, meaning Bradley is occupying the midfield space. Therefore, Bradley is acting like another midfielder. Therefore, it's making Mo getting the ball a lot more difficult. Also, Mo Salah's shit, Mo Salah's crap. Yes, give him 0 out of 10 in the United performance. Did he or did he not put Gakpo through on goal in the first half? He did. Did he or did he not cross the ball for Gakpo when he hit the post the second time? He did. Should he have scored? Yes. But I feel like people are just piling on Mo and acting like this is his fault, or like he's the sole reason why Liverpool are crap, or he's the sole. Like, drop him and all problems will be solved. Guys, we dropped him
Because
against
fans need a
Galatasaray.
scapegoat. It's fans.
Well, no,
Yeah.
he's the main
a
man, isn't it? That's
scapegoat.
what happens, isn't it? It's normal, isn't it? They
Yeah.
always look at the main man
Every
and go,
fan
he
base
shouldn't do the-"
will go through a
Yeah.
player or a whatever. Do you know what I think it probably is? And I can only I always remember Roberto Mancini when he won the league. He won the league and he sort of he changed when he won the league. When he was trying to win the league, he did everything he had to do the correct way. And he was like the proper club guy, and he said everything the fans wanted him to say, everything. He then won the league, and the power sort of went into his head a little bit, and he went, I'm going to do things my way now. Ignored everyone else, and it felt like House of Cards. And I get you won the league, but winning one league is not, it's credit in the bank to a certain degree. It's like Ranieri when he won the league at Leicester, becoming the big I am, here we go.
Yeah.
This is why it is harder to win or to.
And Martin, here's my thing. Slot has credit in the bank. I'm not slot out. But guess what? We lose to Frankfurt, we lose to Brentford. That's 6 losses in a row. Can I guarantee that I won't go against the manager? No, I can't. Because then emotionally, you're asking me to have a certain level of control over my emotions that's like unheard of. What, we're supposed to lose 6 games in a row and I just sit here and accept it? Like that's my thing. At the end of the season, at the end of the day, I don't intend on saying the word slot out this year. I'm not going to turn on the manager or anything. I'm just simply saying, yo, you have to fix up at some point in time. We ain't going to sit up here and just watch you lose 6-7 games in a row and expect people to just basically not turn.
Oh, Sam, you know this. There were City fans last season wanting Pep sacked.
Yeah. And now here's the difference. You mentioned credit in the bank. I was never Klopp out, ever. Because Klopp built this shit. The reason why Liverpool were capable of spending 400 million to begin with is because what Klopp built to begin with. Had Klopp not won league and won Champions League and got to Champions League finals and made Liverpool a sustainable top 4 club, you think we would have legitimately had the capability to begin with to sign these players? Fuck no. But we have the capability because of what he built. Big up to my guy Blue Sharksy who says, Husam, start of the season, put City 3rd favorite because of lack of defensive structure. Look at us now. We are one of the best. I guess we are back. We don't have Rodri, but he is transferring philosophy to Nico. Here's my thing, Blue Sharksy. I think putting City 3rd favorite in at the beginning of the season is no slight at Man City. I think this is where there was a key difference in people. And even Martin will tell you this as a City fan. Some people completely ruled City off, not me. I legitimately gave City a genuine chance of winning the league. And I was one of the few people that did it.
Like him down there.
Yeah, but putting City 3rd favorite is not like this bad thing that you make it out to be. It's really not. It was completely expected at the start of the season to put City 3rd favorite. There's nothing.
I'm going to talk about that when we get to the City thing because I think Pep is doing exactly what you're asking Slot to do. Pep is now doing it.
So can we all acknowledge the only reason why City are getting these kind of plaudits now is because they went and got Donnarumma? Pre-Donnarumma, it's fair to have City 3rd or 4th.
Yeah.
A couple of weeks ago, we were
having City third in predictions before the season.
Can I just say quickly on Donnarumma?
Donnarumma has been the biggest game changer for you guys.
Yeah, but also, if you remember a couple of weeks ago when we spoke about Donnarumma, there were some conversations to say, how's he going to fit in the team? He doesn't suit City. He's not going to be able to play out from the back, this, that, and the other. All he's doing is just showing these basic skills, which are very good. So, he's just doing what we would expect.
Martin hasn't let that go the whole.
No, but they went from Ederson, who's a ball playing goalkeeper, to not necessarily a good ball playing goalkeeper, but somebody who's more of a elite shot stopper. And now that they know they're going to face more shots and they're going to have to be a little bit better defensively, they are clearly better defensively. But if they would have kept Trafford as their keeper, best believe City would be in 4th or 3rd.
He's important. He's very important.
Yeah,
I would say
he is very important.
Just look at the performances with Trafford in goal for them.
We have the same problem when it comes to goalkeepers.
We'll speak about City now in a bit. Gravenberg injured fares, but Slot could have easily brought on Frimpong right back to allow Szoboszlai in midfield. This Slot guy can't take us any forward. Need to go, is what Redline Terang is saying. You know, I know you guys don't know, like everyone in my community, but I would say Redline Terang is probably one of the more calm, relaxed ones. And if he's saying this, you know that alarm bells are ringing. Look, personally, I'm not Slot out. I just want him to fix it. It's very simple. I think he has all the ingredients necessary. Just put the correct players out there together. And as I said, look, it's currently Tuesday. We play Frankfurt tomorrow. If I'm wrong, I'll admit it. Tomorrow, he's going to play Ektika and Wirtz with each other. And then they're going to be running into each other's spaces all game. It's like basically having Roberto Firmino and playing a 10 with him. What's the point?
Could you see a world where Slot actually gets sacked and Klopp comes back?
I think the Klopp interview, I didn't watch it. I saw some clips of it only. My thing is, I think Klopp said it in a way in which he was like basically never say never. So he never said it in a way where he's like, yeah, guys, I'm going to come back and blah, blah, blah. I don't think that was the case. I think it was more like a never say never scenario, which is fair enough. Like, you get me. You can never say never to coming back to Liverpool because you don't know what happens. But he did say before that if he does come back to managing in England, he will come back to only managing Liverpool, which I as much as, you can't buy everything the manager says, I do think Klopp is an honest man and he will be held to these words. You get me? So
could you see Slot going before the end of the year at all?
End of the
brother,
year.
if the performance, the thing is, look,
not the calendar year, the season. Sorry,
I hear you, but here's the thing, Igal. There is genuine concerns right now in terms of so I don't have a timeline on it because this is a conversation I'm not ready to have yet. I'm not cussing anyone who's Slot out. Everyone's entitled to their opinion. I'm not doing the North Korea thing. I'm simply saying, me as Husam, I'm not Slot out. Let's say we lose the next 3 games. Then what?
7 games.
Now we're on like 6-7 losses in a row. No Liverpool manager in history has lost 6-7 games in a row. So now what? Like, is it possible that they sack him? Yes, it's a possibility. It's not impossible. But I'm thinking about it yet. Slot in, Slot out. We can all say this, but we can all say sluts all the way in, is what Ed is saying. Ed, wow. You dirty bastard. If there was anyone who was going to make this comment, it's going to be you.
A bit early in the day for that.
Yeah. No, watch this. Watch this. You know what makes this funny? Ed is in the United States, so it's not just early for him, it's real early. Like, it's morning time for Ed, and Ed woke up horny. Ed, bro, what are you doing, bro?
He's having his steak and eggs with some extra.
Bro, what are you doing, Ed? What are you doing?
You know the funniest part of the game? Instead of analyzing the game, you just had some Jamie Carragher just say, yeah, Arne Slot's really bold out of nowhere. I was like, what the hell? They don't even want to talk about football anymore. They're just so upset about the goal. He's just like, what the hell?
Yeah, Slot is messing up right now. I can't even lie to you guys. Big up to my guy Manto says, rival fans, enjoy this moment. I'm taking receipts. Hey, I'm taking receipts as well if things turn around.
I don't know if you're going to be cashing any of those receipts. Let's be real.
That's why I'm still staying respectful at the minute, because I've played this game long enough to know. Open your mouth too long and things.
To be fair, you're always
early, mate.
You're always kind of calm though. You never really go too crazy.
Igal, you're in for major receipts. You've already signed all your receipts. You better pray none of them are
You know something? I'm quite confident my thing's gonna deliver. So let's see where you are.
Yeah, well, you've got a big blue shark behind you again now, and we know what happens the last time that kept happening.
And speaking of, this is the perfect segue. I think we've spoken about Liverpool long enough. Big up to all of you guys. Make sure guys are liking. Guys, let's yeah, definitely.
Blue shark, more like a guppy.
Been getting abused on this platform for probably the last 48 hours.
It's
anyway,
big up
on the same run as yours. Let's get to 200 likes ASAP. And look, now is the correct time to move on, talk about Arsenal and Manchester City. Igal, your only thing you're catching in is
let Igal go first, the top of the league.
No, I'm not going first. It's your team, go.
No, let Martin go first. And guess what? We're combining City and Arsenal in the same section. So go ahead, guys. Yeah, we're talking about the two title.
Comfortable win.
No one needs to
Nico
add
J.
Chelsea into this. Chelsea's in a different level.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Don't worry about us. We're just doing what we're doing.
Yeah.
Nico G running it back.
Plucky underdogs.
Yes.
Okay.
Who are the plucky underdogs?
Chelsea, no?
Chelsea.
All right.
Okay.
Anyway,
That's cool.
Arsenal and City section together. Go ahead, Martin.
No, listen, 8 games undefeated, clean sheet. My boy feasts again. Listen, I was very happy. I thought there was some really good performances from Phil Foden. He's getting better now with every single game. I think Nico G, he's really improving. He's proved me wrong. I thought he was unmoldable, and I just think he's starting to hit at the right time, which is good, because I think with the Rodri issue or the Rodri injuries or whatever, I think we've struggled to find that replacement. I think Nico J at the moment is quite more than an honourable replacement for him. I think he's doing a very good job. Really impressed with young Nico Riley. That kid is going to be something special. He really, really is going to be something special.
Didn't we? We were looking at him in the summer, apparently.
Yeah, you're not getting him now. Sign a new contract, sorry. You can have Rico Lewis. You can have Rico. Then again, Jem, you're like the neighbour who peeks over the fence.
Kids. Just give us the kids, we'll take them on.
Yeah, you need to change that. Sounds a bit creepy, that. Just give us all your kids. I've changed that one. I don't know what Joe Shields doing this. No, but Nunes very, very good as well. Very, very good at right back on Saturday. And the big man just keep. Everyone goes on again. Haaland FC, but listen. By the way, Mamouchi's back now. Cherky came on. Don't know if anyone watched that 15-minute cameo from Ryan Cherky. Could have had 2 assists. It's on the pitch 15 bloody minutes. Yeah, you can do all that with your hand. My guy only cost 25 million quid, mate. Wasn't 3 figures.
You signed all the players that I said we should sign in the summer as well. It's the funniest shit ever. I said at the beginning of the summer, get me Ait Nouri, get me Sharky. They went to City. Fuck off.
Well, Ait Nouri's not even playing at the minute. He's sat on the bench. No, but we even got a chance. The first time on Saturday, I looked at our bench, went, Jesus, we've got depth for the first time. We gave Josko Gavardio a rest, which was excellent. Again, do you know the thing is we do look a lot stronger at the back. We look better in midfield. There are concerns on the wingers. I'm not going to lie, Savino and Doku. I'm not going to lie. I think their overall play's decent. They need to finish their chances, though. They need to finish their chances. Bernardo Silva, you look at the subs on Saturday. Bernardo Silva comes off the bench. Ryan Cherky comes off the bench. That's something we've not had in a very, very long time. Igal goes on about squad depth. We've not had this squad depth probably for about 7 months. Still got cushion enough to come back yet.
Yeah,
I can't wait to see him back at right back. So yeah, it's just one game at a time for me, and we'll see where we land. But we've snuck into that second place, undetected, under the little radar. Igal will now figure out back to where we were a couple of years ago with the big blue shark breathing down the necks. And the last time that happened, their ass fell out. So we'll see what happens this time. But yeah, okay. I'm happy.
So he said undefeated in 8 games. I could raise your undefeated in 8 games and say undefeated in 8 games, 1 draw, 2 goals conceded. And we don't rely on one individual to score all our goals, unlike yours. So
that's crazy because your strikers.
If anything were to happen to Erling Haaland, or he was to go in a patch of form, there goes Man City's hopes of doing anything this season.
Was it? Oh, so the point I made last season of when there was no Haaland, we scored 15 goals.
Yeah, but this is not the same season. This is a different season. This is a different team. Okay. This is a team that I currently don't know.
My second striker is better than your
main striker. You tell me. Sorry?
My second striker is better than your main striker.
That's my second striker last season got 13 goals in the league.
You see what Omar Mamouche did? He had more goals than Ekitike in half a season than what Ekitike did in the full season.
Listen, we're not doing a dick measuring competition here. What we're doing is we're talking
because your guy's dick's a microscope.
We're talking strictly about Erling Haaland, who's a cyborg, who's unhuman, and the way that he does
best striker in the world.
He is the most efficient
£10 million less than
striker in the world, right? So when it comes to him, he can continuously do this. But can the rest of the City's team not contributing to a high level get you the league? Can he single-handedly carry you to win the league?
Sorry, what do you mean by high level? Do you think Haaland's scoring these goals on his own? Is he picking the ball up, running through 5 players?
No. Haaland is not scoring these goals by himself. Yes, there's other people creating the goals also. But my thing is, can you constantly win these games without other teams chipping in with goals? That's the thing. Because
at the moment,
you can have Erling Haaland on 50 goals a season, but if your next closest goal scorer is not even cracking 10, will you go on to be a serious contender for this league title? Because right now it is a lot. Haaland FC, in joking manner, people say that, but Rodri FC was also a joke, but it turned out to be true when he got injured. And I don't think there's any.
So can you just go through your goal scorers?
I don't think there's any joke around that.
So just go through your goal scorers.
At this moment in time, I'm not going to let you deflect to other teams because Arsenal have shown.
Hang on a minute. I'm not deflecting. Hang on.
No. Because you're mentioning Arsenal right away. You're mentioning Arsenal without mentioning another team.
We were comparing.
We're not comparing. We're strictly speaking about one individual team. Without going and speaking about other teams, can you not see that people look at Manchester City right now, where Erling Haaland has had 12 goal contributions out of your first 17 games, your first 17 goals, and people are like, where's the rest of the goal contributions coming from?
But we've had other contributions. Foden scored, Cherky scored. We've had goals from Nunes. Like I said, Reinders has scored, Foden scored, Nunes scored, Cherky scored. Do we need more? Of course we do. But it isn't just Haaland on his own. We've had 4 or 5 other goal scorers as well.
Is this not a little bit of a cause for concern? Because guess what? You're going to mention Arsenal in a second. I will tell you for a fact.
Who was our top goal scorer when we won the treble?
Who was it? Erling Haaland, of course. But in that season,
he broke our record.
In that season, when you won the treble, you also had other players performing to a higher level. I'm simply saying, if you go the rest of the season with Erling Haaland scoring 50 goals, but nobody else is chipping into an adequate level, it can be a cause for concern. Let's be real.
They will chip in.
Who?
Well, like I said, we got Omar Marmoush back. We got Cherky back.
You always go straight to Marmoush, but you don't mention
because he's our second striker. What do you want me to say? He's not.
I respect Marmoush, but where's the rest of the guys? Where are they all stepping up? Because Marmoush is going to be going to AFCON. Marmoush is going to also be going to AFCON. It is an adequate point. It is an actual point because people talk about
will chip in.
Foden will chip in with goals when he's fit and available. Yes, he.
What do you mean fit and available?
Because he has had injury concerns over the last year.
Season.
Yes, I'm talking about last season because he.
Are we still doing the last season thing? Okay.
No, because Foden still hasn't shown the levels of when he was player of the season.
You've not watched City. You've not watched Manchester City games, then.
Why do we never talk about the
actual games? He's had 2 or 3 good games.
We always go back to last season with the Gals.
He's had 2 or 3 good games this season.
2 or 3 good games.
1 second. He's had 2 or 3 good games this season. Outside of that, let's be real. Foden has not shown the consistency that he showed the season when he won Player of the Season. He hasn't.
No, because when he won Player of the Season, he went above and beyond his normal standards. You do this thing of Player of the Season becomes the normal standard.
No. Let's not do that. No, let's not do that. Once you reach a certain level in standard and you're considered world class and people start putting you in these conversations, they expect a level of performances from you. You can't say, oh, you got Player of the Season because you had your best season ever and then never expect that kind of level of standards again. I expect Phil Foden to be considered one of the best players in Manchester City and to be performing like one of the best players at the club and consistently putting in results where he is one of the main match winners. He's one of the main driving forces to help you win games. Outside of the Napoli game and a couple games this season, I don't really see him being that guy.
It was that
and
guy.
All of last season, he wasn't that guy.
Who set up the goal for? Who was the one who put the ball through for O'Reilly from about 25
in
yards
the game
out?
on the weekend?
Yeah.
Okay, if you're saying that was Foden, I didn't watch.
You're not watching the games again,
watch
are you? You're not watching the games. You've just proved the whole point.
No. But I'm telling you about the games that I have watched. Phil Foden is not
Very little of them, clearly.
No, I have watched at least, I would say, like what, 10 of your games this season.
We've played 10.
Yeah, I've watched the Club World Cup.
You watched them all, then?
Including the Club World Cup, obviously.
That's not this season.
The Club World Cup. I'm talking about your new players.
My thing is, let me ask Igal a question. I agree with him on Foden's form, but I think Foden's been playing really well the last 2-3 games, so I don't think it's fair. Now, in terms of Haaland, let me ask you the question.
Fair.
We always say, like, Haaland, you can't rely on one player, blah blah blah. Last season we relied on Salah going forward. So what difference is it?
Sorry, I did say.
Okay, last season the league winners overly relied on one guy for GA.
This is our fault.
You still had Cody Gakpo and Luis
finishing
Diaz.
piece was a striker.
You still had other guys.
Don't change the narrative. Cody Gakpo and Diaz were never that guy ever.
See, you've just done exactly what you accused me of. So answer the damn question and stop deflecting.
No, the point. Yes, last season Mo Salah did carry them. I don't know if Erling Haaland can do the same thing, and without the rest of the team performing to the same level. You need you need other players to step up, because if anything happens to Erling Haaland, or if he's on a poor patch of form, you need other players to step up. And at this moment in time, I'm looking at Liverpool being shocking, and I'm looking at City being a one-man team, and I'm saying to myself, I kind of feel comfortable.
Okay, Liverpool last season, the guy with the most goals was Salah with 29. Next was Diaz with 13. And then you have 10, 6, 6, 5, 5, 3, 3, 3, 3, 1.
I'm pretty sure 13 would still be top 10 in the league, no?
No, it wouldn't.
How many games
it wouldn't. 13 was not top 10 in the league because you had Mbeumo on 20, Wissa on 20, Isak 23, Haaland 21. That's already 6 players right there. And there were players on 17, 18, 19, 16.
Okay. 14 is yeah. So look, Luis Diaz was 12th in goals compared to everyone in the league. So he still chapped in big.
Okay, let me tell you this. Salah had 47.
So
Salah had 47.
No, one second.
GA. The next Liverpool player had 18 GA.
1 second. I'm looking at Luis Diaz and Cody Gakpo, who both got double digits, right? I need to see Marmoush and Foden step up to that level. And at least then I can say, you know what? Then they're a threat. Because then if I'm seeing Marmoush and Foden stepping in every other game, getting a goal, getting an assist, come 38 games, they're going to get double digits and they're going to be there and thereabouts. But right now, I'm looking around, I'm seeing City, I'm seeing Erling Haaland up here.
Yeah, but Igal, that is my point.
Near him.
Yeah, but what you just said is my point to begin with. You're saying there's a massive gap between Haaland and the guy after. Yeah, but there was a massive gap between Salah and the guy after. There is a third. The difference between Salah and the guy in second. Igal, you have to hear me out. The difference between Salah and the guy in second last season is 30 GA. Okay. Not 10, 30.
Regardless, you got over the line with Mo Salah still being your main guy and contributing, and he stayed healthy, and you still got the results. Erling Haaland can do this for the rest of the season if he doesn't get injured or have a bad.
Igal.
But the rest of the team, it still doesn't take away that the rest of the team need to get up their game also.
Right, Igal. Right, Omar Mamouche last season in the Bundesliga before he moved in January. Yeah. 17 games, 15 goals, 10 assists.
All competitions or in the league?
Just in the Bundesliga.
Okay.
Yep.
By the way, the numbers I use are just in the league. If I include all comps, it gets even darker, just so you know.
In the Premier League, he started 14 games, 7 goals. So 1 in 2.
Okay.
So now you keep asking me, why do I keep mentioning Omar Mamouche?
So you think Marmoush and Haaland alone being your 2 main goal scorers?
Oh, now it's changed to Haaland and Mamouche. How many goal scorers are you going to have at Arsenal who scored 10 plus?
I don't think what I'm saying is ridiculous. I'm simply saying Erling
Oh,
Haaland.
you are. You're
performing-
playing FIFA.
I don't think.
That is a
You're
good
not
I
question.
don't think
having
Erling
7
Haaland.
players on 10
I don't
plus.
think Erling Haaland can carry you to the league. You're going to need other people to also chip into a
Egal.
different level.
If you've
And,
got
Mo
7
Salah,
players,
Mo Salah last season, yes, he carried Liverpool to the league title. Yes, he did. And is that
Egal.
can that consistently happen? We'll
please,
see. Has it happened in the past?
No, but
Yes,
Martin, he hasn't answered the question yet. Okay,
No, he's
why
not,
can't
because he's
Haaland do that?
dancing around every
No, but
question
I just want an answer. No, wait. Forget anything else. Genuinely, Gal. Salah carried us to a league title. He carried our whole attack last season. We are all in agreement. There is a 30 GA difference between Mo and the guy in second. The question that I've asked you that you haven't answered yet, why can't Haaland do that? Genuinely.
You can.
Haaland can definitely score goals. It's the question is, can City still get results if Haaland's their only main goal scorer? They need their defense has been a problem.
Can you name their
And if
team
they're
who
going to
doesn't have
concede,
a main
if they're
goal?
not gonna, if they're gonna have close games, Haaland's gonna get goals. But the question is,
Igal, you are evading the question like crazy right now.
You a politician.
Why? Just
What are you
answer it.
talking
If
about?
you don't believe Haaland can do it, just say it. Okay, so
no,
once
I
again,
believe Haaland
can Haaland
score
do it?
a
Can he
ridiculous
do
amount
it?
of goals.
Can
All
he
the way
do
to
it?
the season, yes.
I don't think Manchester City can win the league with just Erling Haaland scoring goals simply.
Okay, so you don't think
okay.
Haaland
That's
can
just
do
your
what Salah
assumption.
did last
They
season?
need more
Fine.
players. They need
Just
more
say
players
that.
to chip in.
Just
They
say
need more
that.
players to
Nah,
chip in.
Egal, that's
Erling
absolutely
Haaland,
fine.
Erling Haaland could get injured. Erling Haaland could have a poor patch
And
of
he
form.
could. And
And you
Egal,
need,
he
and
could.
also throughout the games, you're gonna need
Right,
other
yeah.
options. If teams just say, you know what, we're just gonna double up Erling Haaland,
Egal,
the whole
just say
game,
you're scared.
let
Just
other
say
people
you're
see what they
scared,
can do.
Egal.
Let's see who can step up.
Egal, stop flapping gums and just say you're scared.
Scared.
Because
crazy,
you're
you're-
dancing around. You
Yeah.
don't answer any question. You're not letting anyone else have a chance to speak. Come on.
You're asking
You
me a
just-
question.
Right,
So
can
I'm
you name me a team who have a top goal scorer? You just said up there. What is then what is the next guy meant to get? Let's find this out first.
That's not the point. You guys are fighting semantics. My main point
Probably
is
in double digits.
I
mate.
don't, we don't understand your point.
my main
Yeah.
point is now being dumbed down to a granular.
No, Egal,
state.
we're not understanding your
No,
point. Because you said in
My
the
main
summer,
point is my
your
main
fan
point is very
base said in the
simple.
summer, all we need to win a
Manchester
league is a
City-
top goal
Manchester
scorer.
Manchester City are a one-man team at this moment in time when it comes to goal scoring, in my opinion. Simple.
Egal, then that's fine.
And when it comes to Erling Haaland,
Yes,
if
again.
it's not Erling Haaland, you have a problem because I don't see too many other
Egal,
people
you have
being
a problem,
threat on a
2
weekly
ears and
basis.
1 mouth.
Okay, so
And you're
I'll
not
shut my
using
mouth.
the
and I'll
two
shut
ears.
my
So okay, go ahead, Martin. Let's pick one
You
at a
asked
time.
me a goddamn question.
Well, Egal, because you don't stop flapping, you've not answered anything.
What's the
You
point?
okay? No, he answered it
Oh.
eventually. He basically
Right.
believes Haaland can't do what Salah did
You
last
just
season.
don't think
Fine.
he can do it.
That's
what
fine.
Yeah,
That's
that's what
fine.
he thinks.
Yeah.
Right.
Now, Martin, go ahead.
You said you wanted, this is what a lot of Arsenal fans said, for us to win a league, all we need is a top striker that will get us that 20, 25 goals. So now you're moaning about something you beg for. This is why I'm a bit confused. If Gyökeres was getting 10, 15 goals already, you wouldn't have this argument right now.
That's true.
Because you can't have Gyökeres, he's struggling. So instead of
still did
owning it and going, my striker's struggling at the moment, you're deflecting away from your striker not doing his job.
But he's their top goal scorer, mine.
Can I speak now?
Three.
Can I
He
speak
scored
now? or you
three.
done?
He's their top goal scorer. Though.
Now I'm
Yeah.
done. Off you go.
Okay, first of all, I'm strictly speaking about Manchester City. My statement is Manchester City currently 12 out of their 17 goals have come from Erling Haaland directly. Erling Haaland's not a creator, he's a goal scorer. Majority of those goals are goals. 11 of them are goals. It's different if you're asking him if he's creating for other people and he's constantly creating so much for everything and doing everything. Now you are getting frustrated because I'm saying, oh, Man City can't win the league because Erling Haaland's doing everything. No, it's because other people also have to chip in to an adequate level. In the past, you see Kevin De Bruyne, you see all these other players who would constantly chip in, get crucial goals, and win you games. Right now, I don't see enough match winners at Manchester City, and I don't think that is a crazy point to say.
Okay,
So you
I'll
don't
tell
think
I'll
that's
tell
what-
you why. I
That's
agree
what
with Igal, but I'll actually give a reason to it. I have reasoning behind it. The reason why I don't think Haaland can do what Mo did last season is because Mo is not just a goal scorer, he's also our main creator. He had the most big chances created in the league, and he got the most assists. The problem is Igal just didn't answer the question. Habib, from the beginning, just go like,
said that.
no, you just said that 15 minutes after I asked you the question, Habibi.
Yeah.
Just say it. You get me? I agree with Igal. I think Haaland cannot do what Salah did last season because Salah was not only our main goal scorer, he was also our main creator. Now, the difference between Haaland and Salah is Haaland needs a creator. Haaland needs the team built around him. Now, at this moment in time, the thing that Haaland has shown different, and this is where I'm going to give Haaland a lot of credit, is Haaland is no longer that robotic footballer that we just, oh my God, he's a robot, he's just a goal scorer. I think this season he's worked on his game and he's come back a lot better. Martin referenced the interview in the summer where Haaland said he's ready, he can't wait for the season. Looking at his performances, we can tell because his passing is better, his dribbling is better, his link-up play is better, his first touch is better. Erling Haaland against Everton held up the ball really well, got past two players, played the pass into Jeremy Doku, and created the chance by putting Doku right in front of goal. So credit to Erling Haaland for doing that. His link-up play is a lot better. Now, the one thing about Haaland and Salah, the key difference here is, yes, Haaland is helping creatively, but he cannot be the main creator of the team. Now, I'm not saying other people need to chip in with GA. The only slight difference where I disagree is I don't think it's GA. I think it's just A. I think a lot of people need to get their creativities up to create for Erling Haaland. And by the way, therefore, it will allow space. So Igal says, okay, so two people are going to mark Haaland. Yeah, but they're saying the first time. Haaland has been defended by 2-3 people since he stepped foot in the league. The good thing is, for City fans, is those two people that are now defending Erling Haaland, that allows for spaces for the right winger and left winger. And that's why, as an example, Martin will tell you, Doku probably should have scored against Everton to continue that consistent run of goal scoring because they need someone else to chip in with goals. And that's where Igal is right. You do need someone else to chip in with goals. I agree with that completely.
And I've said that. But my worry, the thing is, we're creating, you're going about these chances created, Igal. Doku should have scored on Saturday. Savinho should have scored on Saturday. Reinders should have scored. We are creating chances. At some point, they're going to go in the net. I worry about when we don't create the chance. You also said 10 minutes ago, Donnarumma's a massive factor. Because it isn't just also about scoring the goals. We're now keeping the back door closed. So those two add up to a winning mentality for me. And we're also talking about a squad and a manager that knows what it takes in a title race. We're 10 games in. 8. How many games we played in the league? 8?
8, yeah.
It's 30 games to go. And people are talking about when Haaland is out, your manager or any manager, when same way Salah, you change your tactics around. We'll go to a false 9. And the reason I referenced last season is because the one time Haaland was out last season, we changed the formation and scored 15 goals in 4 or 5 games. 1-4, drawn 1. How is that so remarkable to say? Wait, it's like having a Ferrari driver and getting a guy who drives a Nissan and say, oh, no, but I've got the guy. What about the guy who drives a Nissan? He never drives. No, because while the Ferrari's working, get the Ferrari driver out. Solve the problem when we get to it.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
Yes,
You're jumping ahead. What you're doing is you're jumping on wishful thinking.
No.
It does beg the question though about Arsenal's own attack, though, doesn't it? Yes, they're getting goals from all around, but you look at someone like Eze, who's had 6 or 7 games, 18 shots, 0 goals. You know, is there a question mark that Arsenal can consistently? Well, can you guys consistently rely on?
Fucking hell.
No, he did score though. It's just
he scored in a year. I'm talking about the fucking Premier League, man. That's why I said 6 games.
He got the assist for Martinelli, to be fair, against City. That's his good moment.
And he got the assist for his first game versus Nottingham Forest.
When you look at your attack, though, are you confident that just on your attack alone, because yes, you get goals from your defense, set pieces, we talk about it all the time, but is your attack in the likes of, Eze, Trossard scored the other day, Gyökeres, are you confident that they can contribute to the level of goals that you need to get you across the line?
Nobody's seen our best attack yet. I don't think I even know it yet, to be fair. The whole season we've been fighting fires. We've been fighting fires, trying to figure out things on the fly. Similar to how Liverpool and City, everyone. I feel like everyone's just trying to figure out how their lineup's going to work, who our best players are on the pitch. We know Saka we know Saka is going to be one of our best players no matter what. Eze in the 10, Odegaard in the 10, Eze in the left, Martinelli in the left, Trossard on the left. It's constantly changing every week. So I do feel like Arteta is just trying to figure out what's the best cohesion for each game, what's the best lineup for each game. And I don't think necessarily our issue has been scoring goals. I feel like our issue has been the build-up play, play to those goals. Because the way teams set up against us, if you set up the way who is it? First Champions League. No, last year PSV, the way they set up against us. If you set up like that in Europe, teams that set up against us and give us a lot of time on the ball and space, it's going to be easy night for us. We're gonna blow you out. But in the league, 90% of the games, teams set up very defensive, and we're forced to have to try to break through them, play through them. And that's why when we do get a lot of corners, we do get a lot of set pieces, because we're constantly in the final third trying to find ways to break teams down. And when we're constantly in the final third, the ball's going to go out of play more often than not. And that's why
if you don't score from a set piece, how are you going to score?
If we don't score from a set piece, we're going to break the team down and we're going to have to smash it.
You're not doing that.
Well. Yeah, you're not exactly breaking teams
down. You know something? We've only scored, I think, 4 goals directly from corners. If you're talking about overall set pieces, if you're talking about second phase, like what happened in the Manchester United-Liverpool game, then yeah, a lot of these goals are coming from second phases, first phase of corners. And guess what? The reason why we score so many goals from corners is because we have the ball in the final third the most out of everyone in the league. We have the highest line out of everyone in the league. We're one of the more attacking teams in this league. And the reason why
do you know who has the most goals scored so far? Man City and Chelsea, 1 and 2. Scored the most
I'm pretty sure Arsenal's a close second, if I'm not mistaken.
Who have been the top goal scoring team apart from last season? Because by the way, since Haaland's been here, Igal, you worry about this one-man team. 96 goals scored in 4 seasons.
No, but you guys talk about goals scored. Let's talk about goals conceded now. 2 goals conceded in 8 games.
Yeah, fine. We know that about.
I'm not talking about in the league. In our last 8 games, we've only conceded 2 goals. In the season in the Premier League, we've conceded 3 goals in the league out of 8. So when it comes to, you guys talk about goals scored, we don't need as many goals as you guys on a week-to-week basis, because we don't concede as much as you guys on a week-to-week basis. Man City have conceded double the amount of goals as us. Chelsea have conceded 3 times the amount of goals as us. As much as you guys speak about our goals conceding, it's part of the game also to manage the game when you're winning. And if we're winning and we don't necessarily need 3-4 goals in a game because we don't concede 2 goals, that is also part of the reason why our attack might not be as.
Had you not scored in the 93rd minute,
that's why.
No, but you have to acknowledge that also. Let me give you an example. Chelsea scored 9 goals. That's 3 times what we've scored. City, 6 goals. That's 2 times what we've scored. Liverpool, 11 goals compared to our 3.
But Igal, you missed the crucial point.
So obviously, you are in much more games where you need to score more goals. And similar to how you guys constantly tell me about points tallies, if you have pressure, bro, you shut me up earlier and I sat down and I didn't say a word. I'm speaking. Let me finish, brother. All right. My point exactly. My point was, if I could finish my point. When we talk about points tallies with Liverpool last year, you said, well, if Liverpool still had pressure on them, they would have continuously got more points. Well, if Arsenal would have had pressure on us later in some of these games, we would have maybe scored more goals. But against West Ham and Fulham, for example, the last 2 games, we won both of those games convincingly. We scored 1 goal versus Fulham. We scored 2 goals versus West Ham. And in neither of those games, the opponent didn't put pressure on us to have to score more. So why are we complaining about Arsenal's attack when we have the 3rd best attack in the league and we have by far the best defense in the league? And that's part of the reason why we don't need to lean on our attack as much as we do our defense.
Okay, I agree. You don't have to lean on your attack. However, The problem
Just
is your
make-
67% of your goals are set pieces.
Mhm.
So
And also, just on your
understand
goals conceded
the
point,
average amount of goals from set pieces is 30. And also, Liverpool last season, 9 of your wins came from penalties. No one complains about that.
Igal, you know, when you talk
That's not
about
set
the
pieces.
City have conceded 6, you've
Penalties
conceded
are set.
3.
It's set pieces.
Now you're
Right.
doing semantics. That's not what I'm talking
Yeah.
about.
Penalties don't count as under the bracket of set pieces.
I don't care if they count it as set piece.
Free
Me
kicks
Hang
personally,
on
I
a
don't
minute,
think
Igal. No,
Free
no,
kicks
you're
are
not
not
doing
set
this
pieces.
because you were
Free
giving it the
kicks, yes,
biggins
but
2
not
weeks ago
penalties.
about own goals. Own goals. So, like, will do own goals not count?
What are you talking about?
At the end of the day, I hear what
Again,
you're
At the end of the day, let's
one rule for Arsenal and a different rule for everyone else.
We understand.
okay, at the end of the day, before
I honestly
before-
want to know, what are you talking about? Own
Because
goals
2
don't
weeks ago,
count.
you said to me, because you just said about penalties and all these, and you're
Sorry,
using semantics now. But when you 2 weeks ago, you were on here chesting it, City's second top goal scorer's own goals, and I said, well, own goals count, don't they? And you said, and got all iffy about it.
No, because you tried to give Foden a goal that was an own goal.
No, because it would have been, no, but again, because like I said, that's why I asked, did you watch the game? But the other about the thing is, who was in goal when we conceded 4 of these
Listen,
6 goals? No, we
when
go. Who was in goal when we conceded 4 of the 6
Trafford.
we've conceded?
Yeah.
James Trafford. Since Donnarumma's been here, we've conceded 2.
Guess what?
Mm.
That's not my fault.
Less than your goal there.
That's not my fault. Your club didn't go for Donnarumma at the beginning of the window.
Yes, semantics.
No, but
Okay,
it's
guys.
facts.
Let's give Chelsea 5 minutes of the show.
No, don't worry about Chelsea. We're all right.
Before, no, you ain't gonna do this. Before Jem has to go, 5 minutes. Okay, just 5 minutes, and then I'm gonna do
Don't
supers.
worry,
And then
I'll
this
cook
thing.
Igal in May when we're lifting the trophy.
Yeah, don't worry. We'll
What?
cook Igal and
Man's sitting here
Fine.
trying to give Phil Foden own goals. Like, you
Okay,
still
guys,
on about own
can we
goals.
not argue? Can we
It'd
give,
be
can we
nice
give
for
Chelsea
Gyökeres
just
to
5
get a
minutes?
goal.
Can Chelsea get red
Gyökeres
pill,
has-
blue pill? We
Gyökeres
finished
is
the red
your
pill.
second top
The
goal
blue
scorer.
pill is only half eaten. We need
Yeah,
Chelsea.
65
Just give
million
5
on it,
minutes to
don't you?
Chelsea. Jem, you beat Forest. Talk to
Yes.
me, brother.
When Chelsea win, we don't talk enough about Chelsea. That's normal. So that's why I like us being last. You know, it's more important talking about the people above us. It's only when
here
we
we
lose
go.
we want to be first. you know?
Here we go.
When it's Chelsea lose, we got to talk about Chelsea.
This is
When
my
Chelsea win,
complaints box right here.
we don't need to talk about Chelsea. They just won. You know.
Let's just
Nah,
say
listen.
it. Tell me your honest opinions.
Yeah,
After
no,
Jem
honestly-
finishes, we'll do supers and wrap up. Go on.
Yeah, I mean, just it's been the story of our season so far. You know, 2 tales of 2 different halves. The first half, I thought we were very poor, couldn't get into the game, struggled to get up to speed. He made changes. He brought Lavia in the midfield, which I thought was a good decision. Obviously, no Enzo Fernandez or Caicedo in the game for once. And it kind of showed a little bit. We struggled. We had Andre Santos playing in sort of the Enzo Fernandez role, trying to do what Enzo Fernandez does. And I keep trying to say to my own fan base that when you're crying and moaning about Enzo not performing to a certain level in one game, or, you know, I mean, Caicedo performs most of the time, so it's hard to say that he don't, that these two are still so equally important to what Maresca is trying to do at Chelsea, and is why they're our best 2 midfielders. Even when Lavia is fit, you still have Enzo and Caicedo around. You know, they're just very important in how we do things. They just are. But you know, the first half didn't plan out too well. We didn't really play. I mean, Nottingham Forest could have been at least 1-2-0 up by half time. The amount of times we were just, again, bozo moments, losing the ball at the back, giving the ball away. You know, Morgan Gibbs-White should have had 2 goals. You know, especially the one when Lavia completely missed the ball and he ran through on goal and hit it just past the post. And then I think a minute after that, the same thing happened again, but he was at the back post trying to get it into the back of the net. And we just wasn't at it. And the one thing I am noticing, Husam, as much as I love João Pedro, he hasn't, you know, he's of recent been very, very quiet for us. And I still think he's a very good player, by the way. I just think the issue with him is that he can't be the focal point, you know, of the team. He can't be a 9. He doesn't have the 9 abilities that you need, which is being physical, running in behind, attacking the space, you know, dragging defenders out wide, creating space for others. He wants to be the guy that's in the 10 that can do all the linking up and, you know, crashing the box, that, you know, at the last minutes and, you know, all of the stuff which he was doing in the second half of the Nottingham Forest game, if you watched it. Because when Mark Guiu come on the pitch and was leading the line and actually gave us you know, gave us something a bit more further up there because he was pressing and his movement in the box is better. It's allowed João Pedro to not be the focal point. So he was more happy being deeper, linking play and helping us get up the pitch and carrying the ball. And that's why you saw a better Chelsea in the second half. All right, Moises Caicedo came on the pitch. We brought on, who else we brought on? Mark Guiu and Gittins. I don't even want to talk about our left-hand side, to be quite honest with you, because our left-hand side, for me, has been a problem, not only just this season. It's been
What do you make of the Garnacho criticism? Do you think it's fair or?
I think it's too early is the right answer, because I thought he played very well against you guys. I really did think he had a good game against Liverpool.
He did.
The Nottingham Forest game was just, it was poor. You can see why people were against the idea of him coming to Chelsea, because it just wasn't to the standard that it should be at a club like Chelsea. But, you know, he needs to find his consistency, and it is still very early on. And the same with Gittins, because when he came on the pitch, it wasn't amazing when he came on in the second half. It was just meh, you know. But with him, I think it's more management by Maresca and seeing how he can sort of hopefully grow into the team, because he does have some good abilities, Gittins. But yeah, overall, listen, you know, I thought Pedro Neto was the biggest standout of the game. Another winger that gets quite a lot of criticism from our own fan base in terms of he ain't good enough, he ain't this, he's, you know, we need to be playing Esteval. But in this game specifically, he assisted, he scored, he assisted the goal for Josh Achapong. He scored the free kick, which I actually think Sells should have saved, because it was kind of straight at him. It was just a weak hand. And then the Reece James world-class right back, you know, putting it in the back of the net from 2 yards out from a corner, manages to tie it up. And it was just one of them. It was a tale of two halves. We were good in the second and we were shit in the first. But it's the same shit that I've seen with Chelsea for pretty much the whole season, barring the Liverpool game, weirdly enough, which we kind of turned up and we had so many injuries.
Stop bringing it up. Fuck off. Just stop bringing it up. Let me live. Let me live. I think Chelsea play sexy football. I think Chelsea are going to be a problem if they get their shit together.
I think Chelsea will become a problem if they can keep their team squad fit. That's all I'm going to say. If they can keep the majority of their squad fit, I think we should be in and around it. I don't think we'll win it. I've said this to you at the beginning, but we should be up there in and around it. I think we're a point behind Liverpool, 5 points behind Arsenal at the moment, and probably 4 behind Man City. And this is, by the way, when you look at the Liverpool game, this was by the way, with like no defense, you know, midfielders out, no Delap up front. You know, we've got a lot of, you know, we've had a lot of players out. So getting them back in is important. But then once we've got them back in, it's going to be down to Maresca to manage them, you know, throughout this sort of November, December period, because the amount of games we play. And Chelsea have a really good run at the moment. People don't talk about it, but we've probably got one of the easiest runs at the moment, which does put a bit of pressure on us. Obviously, we just beat Nottingham Forest, but we've got Sunderland next, and then we've got Wolves, and then we've got Burnley. Do you know what I mean? And it just goes on. Like there's a couple of games there where we should be winning them, and we need to put some consistency together. However, these are the games that also Chelsea may struggle in, you know, because we've seen it in the past, you know. So this is where we've got to step up, keep the majority of the team squad fit, keep winning the games, keep our heads down, bit of consistency, and then by the time we get to the end of November, we've got Barcelona and Arsenal back to back, which is going to be the 2 big games. And also today, we found out from Maresca that Delap, who was not meant to be back until beginning of December, is now a couple of days away from joining training with the team, which is quite important when you look at how much we've kind of missed him just based on his natural striker abilities.
I think you miss Cole Palmer the most right now. If he's fit, it will make a big difference to you.
I think that Spurs game will be the big one, because you've got, Sunderland and then Tottenham in the league, isn't it?
Tottenham, Burnley, Wolves.
It's Tottenham away.
Tottenham away, yeah. That's the one in between.
Yeah. That'll be the big one.
It's a good run for us to build up a bit of
consistency. Yeah, of course it is. Yeah.
Games, you know? So
haven't you got Wolves twice? You got them in the League Cup and the league, haven't you?
Yeah, EFL Cup and away, and then we've got them at home as well. And we've got Sunderland at home on Saturday. So, you know, with Burnley, I think at home or away as well. So, you know,
it's your home form though that's doing you at the minute. You're dropping the points at the bridge rather than away.
It's really the red cards. That's the messed up.
Red cards have been messing up. By the way, Gusto got the dumbest yellow of all time. Completely unnecessary. He's so stupid, Gusto, sometimes. That's just so unnecessary. You didn't... Bro, you're 3-0 up. Let him run. Like, who gives a fuck? Like, even... By the way, Maresca came out public and is like, I would rather my team concede than I get a red card. And all the players just aired him.
You know
Bro,
what?
like who gives a fuck? Like you get me?
squad's
Okay,
not
so
big.
your gusto. I want to go into his head like a little bit. So your
Can't go in that head.
gusto,
It's
your
fucking-
gusto, you're 3-0 up against Forest. Forest player is running through midfield. Okay, let him go through you. What's gonna happen? Fucking nothing.
Apparently, before
The squad's that big, they need a week off. This is part of the rotation. Get sent off. So we can
apparently before he got sent off, apparently Tosin and that was on the pitch was screaming, "Clean sheet! We've got to keep a clean sheet! Like keep focused. We're doing 3-0, whatever." I think it just got to his head. I don't know what. Sometimes with Gusto, he has this tendency to just switch off. And it's really bad because it's either with the ball or where his brains just disappear out of his head and he does something like that, And some Chelsea fans will say to you, "We're happy he's not playing the next game." To be quite honest,
As things stand, I think Arsenal are favourites to win the league. I think City are second favourites. And I think Liverpool and Chelsea are equal third favourites to win the league. We are the underdogs, guys. This is going to be a very tough fight.
Oh, they've gone back to the leopard in the
Big up to all of you guys. Make sure you guys are liking. Make sure you guys are subscribing, guys. Let's try to get to 300 likes. Big up to everyone who supported us. This is genuinely one of my favorite streams of the week. You get me? Despite Martin lying on my name and saying that I call this team the B-listers, this is a lie. I love working with all of you guys.
Yeah, I didn't call you out for that. I know
you're a fraud and you know it. You're a fraud, mate.
I'm out, guys. I'll see you in a minute. Take
Big
care.
up, big up, Jam. Big up.
Do you know what? I tried to big up this show.
Okay, Jersey. Code 8%.
And Husam, shit all over you. Shit all over you, audience.
Let me just grab these super chats. And guys, there's a surprise coming your way tomorrow. Okay, Jersey, Husam special. You get me? Watch out for it on YouTube. Big up to my guy, Diraj Kumar, who says Haaland supremacy alert. For the greatest season Salah had, Haaland had the better goal per minute for non-penalty goals, 0.52 versus Haaland 0.61. Isak was second at 0.56. Yeah, but I dislike this whole non-penalty goal stuff because Salah still had to score all the pressure penalties last season. Salah last season scored 10 penalties in a row.
We're not getting penalties at all at the minute. I don't know what we've done to upset refs.
Here we go.
Don't get me started on penalties. These guys keep taking our penalties away.
What have we?
That wasn't a penalty.
That wasn't a penalty. It was the correct decision. Big up to my girl, Jenny. Thank you so much for the super chat. She just says, big up Husam on the panel, like and subscribe chat. Everyone in the chat, please do listen to what Jenny said. Hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel if you're ready to do so. Every single one of you guys right here, right now, please hit the like button. Please subscribe to the channel. And big up to everyone who got involved from the beginning of the stream. And do make sure you guys subscribe to all my brothers. All their links are in the description. I love when I see all of you guys in their communities. You get me. Go show them some love. And by the way, so you know, Martin is Jenny's favorite rival to watch on the Don Husam channel. So she loves Martin analysis of football. She told me that. Big up, Jenny.
Yeah.
Who will be the future English left back, Skelly or O'Reilly? As things stand, I would have to say O'Reilly just because Skelly doesn't start.
I couldn't care.
O'Reilly's
the one starting right now.
Honestly, if you're gonna keep it real, they're gonna probably try to put Trippier again or do something like that.
Yeah, it is Jimmy Tuchel. He's brought bloody Jordan.
It is Tuchel.
So I don't know what anyone over the age of 33 goes in now.
Hey, when Thomas Tuchel is referee, never say never to what Igal just said.
It means neither of them. Anyone who's like 21 or under has got no chance.
He'll probably put Trippier.
It's gonna be like the oldest squad at the World Cup. You get me? Strictly speaking, we have seen City be expendable in Pep's abilities. With Arsenal, when shit hits the fan, does he adapt? We've seen.
Shout out Higo.
What? That's true, and that's all. You've got to go off the evidence. And right now, Pep adapts. This is why I don't worry about the Haaland situation. Haaland's been our top goal scorer for the last 4 years.
Pep adapts. Pep last year showed he was technically inept.
Oh, sorry. You go through a breakup and have an injury crisis. See how you deal with it.
You know what? Every time, whenever we
the man is human, you know, Miguel.
Anytime we talk about football, it becomes about personal issues. Okay, last season was a personal problem.
So he has one. But it's
been with
weird.
He's been successful.
It's weird how that's the one season we have off, even though we only finished 1 point behind you.
Big up to OK who says Arsenal
went
is the
from talking about injuries to talking about personal life issues.
Arsenal's first to bottle and second to finish is what OK is saying. Egal, and Arsenal only know about what ifs and maybes. Ancient history and classics like 25-year-old trophies looks great in a cabinet, but it's a little dusty, is what Ed is saying. Yeah, that cabinet
Hey.
definitely does.
I was in the museum yesterday. I actually seen Liverpool's first Champions League trophy.
You're in the museum. Which museum?
The British Museum in London. Do you want to see
Oh,
it?
because you said Champions League and museum. I was like, there's no Champions League in the Arsenal museum.
This is your first Champions League, right?
Yeah. Look at this. Legends. Legends.
Yeah.
Egal, 67% of the goals are from set pieces. Big up to you, Blue Shark says. Well, I appreciate your support. Shameless to call us Haaland FC. We have Pep and have different system, 4 in a row. What system you have other than corners?
How many goals have you scored from corners?
67% goals from
See,
set
this is
pieces.
the part, Gal, that you hate thing.
No, because
going about-
they're counting Zubimendi's volley as a goal from a corner.
But it did happen from a corner. It's not a
It's the
lie.
second
So
phase.
should we ignore that?
It's the second phase. It's a beautiful strike. What are we doing?
You are so shameless.
Listen, long story short, we've been scoring from corners for well over 2 years. My concern is not about the corners. My concern is about the build-up play. Simple.
Who was the top on the assist chart? Allah as well.
Last
Oh, but
season,
by the way,
Salah.
have you seen? Just thought I'd pull this little stat up. Have you seen the top goal scorers in Europe at the moment?
don't know shit.
Harry
Haaland
Kane,
won, no?
Harry Kane 12, Bayern Munich. Erling Haaland 11, City. Mbappe 10. Shots on target leaders: Mbappe, Haaland, Kane. My God, every single one of these clubs is a one-man team now.
You know something, Martin? For somebody who humbly came onto the stream after the first show and said we're not in the title race, you really are. You've really
Whenever
transformed.
Martin bringing up stats, I love it, bro, because it's so out of character for Martin, but I love it. Wasn't Arsenal highest scorer 9 goals last year? Who was your highest goal scorer?
Everyone got injured. It was Havertz on 9. Everyone got injured.
That's the bit that winds me up. Arsenal, excuse.
It's not an excuse. You just mentioned Pep's marriage life as an excuse.
No, then I said we had an injury crisis and Pep was going through.
No, you first mentioned
You bringing up his divorce is shameless. You cannot do that, Martin.
No, it's not. No, it wasn't, because I know what he was going through. He was all over the place.
Okay, so the reason why Odegaard didn't perform because he became a new dad and his child is crying.
No. I'm not saying it was the reason, but it's weird how the one bad season, by the way, in 9, one bad season in 9 is when we have an injury crisis.
You know what it is? Yeah, Man City's allowed to mention excuses because they won 4 league titles.
I win it, gal. You made an excuse.
I just said that. Oh my God. They could say it's raining because they're Man City and they win trophies.
I don't care if we draw tomorrow as long as we play good football.
My manager has a heritage. Your manager has nothing but a dog.
Stop it, Martin. Stop it.
Lose another league title. It doesn't matter.
You win another league title.
We will.
I don't. Guys,
first one in 20 odd years.
I want to go to the gym. I'm gonna pick all my personal.
That is
best.
true.
I'm so mad.
You know something? People don't get mad over the truth. We don't have no Champions Leagues. It's the first time in 20 years. Keep saying these things. It's true.
Yeah,
great.
And you've got.
I don't care if we draw tomorrow as long as.
Husam, I'm sorry.
He's gone now.
I don't care if we draw tomorrow as long as we play good footy. Jack,
you guys, are you done arguing? How are you, Jack? I need us to play some good football, hopefully. Corner Flag FC chatting shit about Haaland. Crazy.
Wallahi, my corners are just as good as Haaland.
There's only a gal makes me like this. There's only you, a gal. I'll give you praise.
Igal completely
you that triggers
Martin
me
is
in
calm
this way.
6 days of the week. He sits with Igal, he's no longer calm.
Yeah.
Man City without Haaland in the Premier League since 2022, 17 games, 13 wins, 2 draws, 2 losses, 34 goals. Guys, don't worry about winning majors, their so-called best squad. I do hate stats like this, though, because I do think that these completely ignore context, these completely ignore who's playing, these completely ignore who you're playing against. I absolutely hate stuff like this, because people go like, Salah didn't play for Liverpool and you won games of football. And that doesn't mean that we would have sustained it throughout the whole season. So when you're looking at it that way, I hate stats like this. I think Haaland is your most important player, and he's unbelievable. Big up to Eco Falls says Manchester City rely on Haaland the same way Arsenal rely on set pieces. They're both reliable ways of scoring, but City Arsenal need more when these don't work. Hold the same energy. To be fair to Eco Falls, he's a City fan who's been a little bit worried. He says we need to create something for other than Haaland. He's been calling this out.
And I said that earlier on. To be fair, I did say earlier on the others need to score more. I did say that.
Yes.
My thing is about the build-up play, not the goals itself.
Big up to Addy who says, let these Arsenal fans enjoy their first position. We all know these lot crumble under the pressure. They'll be back to second near the end of the season. Hey, we keep making this joke, but eventually if they win, you're all going to have to hold that. I'll be honest with you.
I don't know if these guys realize things have changed.
Big up to Cypher
We
Blue.
haven't seen it. We need to see the evidence of that again.
Igal's logic on Haaland is the same as what happens when Rice or Saka gets injured. Who'll take their corner when they dry up?
Wait, Saka's been injured. Saka has been injured this season. I don't know if you forgot.
It's a little bit difficult. More than 50% of Arsenal goals come from set pieces. This is true. Chelsea, same set piece goals as Arsenal, but let's ignore that. Yeah, but the reason why we ignore it is because Chelsea are beautiful to watch. And we have no expectations of Chelsea either. Who the fuck is expecting Chelsea to win the league? Is this Maresca's
title race?
Yeah, they're just in the race. That's it. This is
guys. 1 second. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder. I don't give a shit if we entertain you or not. We win the game. That's all I care about.
You're entitled to that opinion as an Arsenal fan, but me as a spectator, I want to be entertained.
Why'd you get triggered when rivals say that you sit back there?
No.
Why'd you get
Bro,
triggered?
We're on a show where we're discussing topic. Not every single topic.
No, but I'm just saying. Do you know what? No. Just go.
No.
Yeah,
not everything is a triggering point. It's just simple. That is something that's constantly brought up, and I needed to mention it. But hey, if you don't want me to look like I'm not triggered, just ask me not to speak, because that's how I speak.
This is troops. This is troops watching Arsenal.
See, I'm not even doing it. Husam's
doing it. Big up Bullet, man. Big up Bullet.
1 second. If you were to ask Troops, would he have rather us concede 2 more goals and won the game 3-2? He probably wouldn't care. He'd rather want the win and the clean sheet.
You know what's sad though, again, in all seriousness, do you know a lot of football fans in 2025 want that? That's the bit I find crazy. A lot of fans want Kevin Keegan-esque football now. I find it wild.
I'll be honest. If it's both winning scenarios, I'd rather win 3-2 than 1-0 in winning scenarios.
You know what it's like?
That's not sustainable throughout the year.
No, I agree. But you know what it's like? And I know you two haven't been through this, and I get it. We're the smaller club. I get it. Heritage and all that crap. But do you know when a team gets promoted and they win the league, but then they get promoted at Wembley? A lot of fans will say it's more exciting to get promoted at Wembley than it is to win the league. Because you get the Wembley trip, get the Wembley trip, and you get all that with it.
Yeah,
it's like having a cup final and a league title in one go, I suppose.
Igal, show me a picture of your Champions League trophy. I can show you a picture of it. Actually, I do have one. Here it is. This is the closest they ever got. Get me?
I don't have a Champions League trophy, but I have Invictus perfume.
No, but winning 1-0 is one of the hardest. If you win all your games 1-0, that's actually quite an achievement. And that's not a dig. To win a game 1-0 is actually very hard in this day and age.
Yeah. You know something?
Very hard in this day and age.
I appreciate the fact that everyone's watching our games, but we're not here to entertain you. We're here to get results.
Bro, Igal, don't do this, because everyone watches Liverpool games and City games and Chelsea games.
But if
I'm gonna be honest with you, if I'm sat there, Igal, this is my job. I'll give you an example. Today, City play Villarreal, Barcelona play blah blah blah, and Arsenal play Atletico Madrid. 100%, I'm doing Arsenal Atletico Madrid watch along. It's normal.
Why?
It's my job. Because I'm not going to watch City Villarreal because Villarreal are fucking shit and City are going to slap them 6-0. At least with Arsenal.
They're not shit. Hang on a minute. The third in La Liga. What are you doing this shit?
Gaslight. Go ahead. Gaslight the audience.
We're going to beat City.
Gaslight the audience. Go on. This is a difficult game. He brings up what Igal said in the past. He brings up what Igal said in the past. Did he or did he not say on this very show 2 weeks ago, we're going to slap Villarreal? Don't lie. I'll play the clip.
Who's this?
You!
Oh
Oh, here we go.
Who's that?
He's taking the piss. He's taking the piss. Big up to Ahmed says, Husam Habibi, just know Arsenal always own you. Enjoy 4 losses in a row. Hold that set piece again, ole ole. And love seeing how red your face got. Habibi, what do you mean Arsenal always own us? Arsenal have never
Yo,
owned
do you
us.
have the clip? You have the clip?
Arsenal-
Concede!
I'm not
Have
going
you
to
seen
play
his
my own
clips
clip.
getting played everywhere?
I'm not going to play
gone
my own
viral.
clip of me getting cooked, mate. That's just, you guys me. Arsenal have never owned us, Ahmed. What do you mean? I don't even remember the last time you beat us, bro. Anyway, big up to all of you guys. This was a fun show. Spurs have more European heritage than Arsenal. Facts.
Miguel, do you know
True.
what hurt him more? It was
True.
Slabhead who put the ball in the net. That's the bit that hurt him.
Anyway, guys, we're going to wrap up the stream
wait.
here.
I got something
Next-
to say.
What?
What the fuck are we doing? What are we doing, Maguire? And we fucking concede. What the fuck are we doing? What are we doing, Maguire? And we fucking concede.
The
It
noise!
was the Maguire.
What are we
Maguire
doing?
did it.
What the fuck are we doing? What are we doing, Maguire? And we fucking concede. My God, what the fuck are we doing? What are we doing, Maguire? And we fucking concede.
If that had been Sesko or anyone else, I think you'd have took it less.
Anyway, guys, we're going to wrap up the stream here. Do make sure, guys, subscribe to all my brothers on the channel and show them some love. You get me? We're going to redirect you over to the Football Terrace. Spam Husam Raid in Terry's chat. Love every single one of you guys. And thank you guys so much for joining us on yet another stream. LB is over there, pound for pound, the best city content creator. Love you all, and I'll see you guys later. Peace out. Peace out. Bro!